Alright guys, we're back with part 2, lead changes. I'm really excited. We're going to do a lot more canter, counter, lope. You know, we kind of use those words interchangeably, I guess. There's not really any difference between the lope and the canter. It's just a terminology thing. The things that I really find in the canter is I want to make sure that that horse keeps the same rhythm. I want it to be just as soft in the bridle. I want it to be able to keep that shoulder up and stay away from my left rein, left leg, or inside rein, inside leg. I'll often take them to the outside and take them to the inside with their neck and make sure that they can stay supple in their neck that whole time. As you've seen in part 1, it's really important to be able to get the shoulder up and the rib cage up and move that hip around. So we're going to work a little bit on getting this one loped out. I'm going to lope some circles. I'm going to come through the middle. We're going to use the same cones so that it keeps me honest, to make sure that I'm not cheating my horse or making sure that the horse isn't cheating me. So on occasion, you've got to come through the middle and pick that shoulder up and continue on the same lead. You know, you don't always want to go through on the counter. You don't always want them to think that you're going around on that other lead. So sometimes you got to come through and just pick up that shoulder and then continue around on the same lead until you really feel like that shoulder picks up between the cones well, smooth, and easily. See, this horse wants to drop its shoulder and kind of fall there a little bit, so I'm going to stop it here. I'm just going to back it off, roll back, we're going to go again. And I need to be able to put this kind of pressure on this horse and make sure I can actually lift it up, lift it, keep it there. You see, it gets a little fresh. So I think you'll be able to see where every time I came through the middle on that horse, it was just a little bit more soft, a little more relaxed, kept a little better rhythm. She also likes to drop her shoulder and kind of push on you a little bit. So, you know, we do this with everybody. It's the only way to keep one up and nice. They have to stay fresh through the middle. They've got to stay straight up through the middle. And those cones put a lot of pressure on you. You put cones out and try to do it between the cones. Put yourself under that pressure that you've got to make those changes in that space. And I think you'll find that really puts a lot of pressure on you and on your horse to be consistent and to be clear in that space through the middle. It's not about coming through the middle and changing leads and running off. So today in this video we've got 2 key points. The first one being rhythm. I think it's really important that you can keep the same rhythm, coming through the middle, changing on that counter canter. They can have their head to the inside, they have their head to the outside. You should be able to put your legs on and handle that horse, and it should really keep the same rhythm. If it shuts down on you and dies through the middle, you have an issue. If you come through the middle and pick up and start to put that extra pressure on to get that horse in position, as we've talked in part 1, you're going to find that that horse gets going too fast and loses its rhythm running off on you, and both of those are problems. Our second key point is relaxation. Obviously, so many problems come from a horse getting tight and getting anxious, and I think no greater place than in the lead change. So really, I would go through the middle, change directions, go onto that counter canter, come back through the middle on the correct lead, go back on the counter canter. Do that until that horse can keep the same rhythm, but also do it in a relaxed, easy way. If you're after a one-handed horse and one-handed lead changes, it should be able to counter canter one-handed pretty easily and stay in the same rhythm, the same frame, the same shape. You shouldn't have to fight with that horse just because you came through the middle and changed directions. So there it is. Put part 1 on top of part 2, or in this, put part 2 on top of part 1. Maybe that's what we're supposed to say. Play around with it a little bit. Again, like I said in the last one, comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know if it works for you, if it doesn't work for you, where you run stuck. Help me out here so I can bring you guys the best material that we can make.